Cherelle Parker was the heavy favorite going into tonight. Let's take a look at the results. Parker's victory over Republican challenger David O. is more or less a landslide. So far, she's earned nearly 73% of the votes. CBS Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is at Parker headquarters in South Philly. Dan, good evening.
Well, good evening, Jess and Yuki, and you can see they are still celebrating this historic night here at Sheet Metal Workers Local 19, and a historic night it is. Cherelle Parker will become the city's 100th mayor, the first woman to lead the city, the first black woman to lead the city, and after that grueling and long campaign, Parker was ready to cut loose just a little bit upstage, dancing to Jay-Z and very fittingly, Ladies First by Queen Latifah. Now, on this historic night, Parker said she really hasn't been able to wrap her mind around that moment, but she did take time to thank many of the women in her life, including former Councilmember Marian Tasco, her longtime mentor who joined her on stage. Parker talked about entering a crowded Democratic primary field as a somewhat underdog, but she wanted to share her story of growing up in Philly, raised by her grandmother, and she thinks that resonated with voters and helped bring her this win.
Learned that Philadelphians wanted someone to make it plain. And when I shared that message, I made sure I let them know how complex the issues were. That there was no one single thing that we could do to accomplish all of those goals, but that it would take local, state, federal government, the private sector, and the philanthropic community all working together in order to make it happen. And guess what? It happened.
Now, with the campaign over comes the hard part, the governing. Parker said safety is going to be her #1 priority. She promised zero tolerance for crime in the city. She also talked about what she's looking for in the city's next police commissioner, but she didn't get into who she will choose for that all-important role. But again, that governing is at least going to have to wait until tomorrow. They are celebrating here tonight on this historic occasion. Jess, Yuki, let's send it back to you.
Okay, Dan, thank you so much for that.